what is karma is. Have you ever heard about karma? What do you think about this word? Hello guys, this is Tarane and welcome back to my channel. Here we are learning and growing. If you are interested, stay with me. Some people think that karma is the universal law of justice and something outside of us, like God or universe, will reward us because of our good action or punish us because of our bad action. But actually it's not working like this. I will explain for you.
Karma is the eternal assertion of human freedom. Our thoughts, our words, and deeds are the threads of the net which we threw around ourselves.
Karma is a Sanskrit word. It means action. But not just action through our body, also through our speech, through our thoughts, through our mind. Karma is both action and consequence of action. It's cause and effect. Every action has the consequence. Every action generates a force of energy that it will come back to us. What is the concept of the good or bad? There are a lot of definitions, moral, cultural, in psychology, philosophy, religion, spirituality. But today we will talk about the spiritual definition of the good or bad. Good from a spiritual perspective is selfless, and bad is selfish, is coming from our ego, and it can violate other people's rights. We talked about this before, that everything in this field of energy, in this field of potentiality, in this field of consciousness is related, and we are not separated. We are unity. And everything I'm doing for others, actually, I'm doing for myself.
You harm yourself, as dust thrown against the wind comes back to the thrower.
Every action we take has some consequences. Every energy that we put in this life, in this universe, it will come back to us. Karma is not engagement with something outside of ourselves. It's not something that others doing to us, or God is doing to us, or universe is doing to us. Karma is the result of our action. It's something that we are doing to ourselves. Your life is your doing, your action, the result of your choices. You are the creator of your life. And that's the reality of liberation and free will. There are some beliefs that they say we are not free to choose or we are under control. It can be real if we are not aware. But the reality is that we can change our life. We can change our thoughts, our emotions. So we can create our reality, our life. We can be like a silkworm and create a bondage around ourselves. We can create a cocoon. If we can break it, if we can be aware, we will be a butterfly, beautiful butterfly. But if we cannot break it, we'll end up with frustration, depression, anxiety. Let me tell you my story. I experienced depression, anxiety, feeling like a victim, and my relationship was getting over with the person that I love. And in one point I told myself, I really don't enjoy myself. I don't enjoy this feeling. I don't want to be in this feeling. And what can I do? I started to do more research, reading more, and I came to this idea that whatever is happening to me is my doing. It's just me. I cannot point my finger to something outside and say that this is this person's fault, at that person's fault, and it's because of my situation, and a lot of, a reason that you will bring for yourself to run away from reality. I think it's a common feeling that we think that we are doing good, we are a good person, and why this stuff is happening to us. But we are not aware that whatever happening to us It's the result of our thoughts. It's the result of our action. For example, we think that we are sacrificing for our partner, for our friends, for our family, but our intention is selfish. We do it to get approval. We do it to earn love. And that's the problem. When you do it to get something, if you don't get it, the feeling that remains for you is anger, is frustration. But if you do it from your higher self, if you do it for doing something for other people without expectation, that will bring you value, that will bring you a good feeling, pure love that has a highest vibration. David R. Hawkins, in his book Letting Go, talking about anger, he's saying the intention behind of anger is negative. It's coming from ego, from pride. One source of pride is connected to self-sacrifice. If our relationship with others coming from our small self in the form of ego, it's attached with expectation, then we are setting ourselves for later anger. Because usually the second person is not aware of that sacrifice, so they will not fulfill our expectations. For example, a typical traditional marriage. Wife spends all day for cleaning and make the home beautiful. And when husband is coming back, it seems that he will not notice. And he's exhausted from stress and pressure at work. He thinks that he is sacrificing for his wife and his family. At the same time, wife is thinking about her hardship and the time that she spent that she could have done something for herself. And she is sacrificing for her husband and her family. And both of them are angry because their expectation didn't fulfill. And what is the result? Frustration, anger, and detachment. And you know what's happening. Our life, what's happening to us, is the result of our choices, our thoughts. I will bring you another example. Imagine someone insults you. You would most likely choose to get offended. Or someone gives you a compliment. You would most likely choose to please. Abraham Maslow is saying real freedom is when you are free from others' good idea about yourself and bad idea about yourself. So it's not important for you that if they give you compliment or if they insult you, you are free from this emotion. It means that you are in control of yourself. Your life is in your control. I'm not saying that giving compliment is bad, but I'm saying that when you are seeking for that, when you are getting pleased that they can control your emotion, that's not good. I don't know if you heard about Pavlov. Pavlov was a Russian psychologist and he is known for his work on classical conditioning. He was giving a dog food and at the same time he was ringing a bell. After a few tries, he stopped to give the food and he was just ringing the bell. And he noticed that every time that he rings the bell, dog produced saliva. And it means that dog was conditioned by the ring of the bell. The reason that I brought this example is that this conditioning is working for us also. We are conditioned by our emotions, by our thoughts, by our environment. And sometimes that feeling is not exist, but we show the same behavior. Most of us, as a result of conditioning, have predictable responses to the stimuli in our environment. We will be triggered by people and circumstances. Dr. Joe Dispenza, in his book Becoming Supernatural, he's saying when you have a thought, a biochemical reaction happening in your brain, and it's caused that your brain release some chemical and signals, and immaterial thing, your thought will be matter. It will be a chemical messenger. These chemical signals make your body feel in a particular way. Then you generate more thoughts equal to how you feel, and then you will produce more chemicals, and it will be like a loop. For example, you have an anger thought. Then you start to feel anger. That emotion influences you to even think more anger, and then you will release more chemical and you will be more angry. It's like the loop of thinking and feeling. When you repeat the same emotions, same feelings, same thoughts over and over, you're hardwiring your brain in the same patterns. And in the time, it becomes easier to automatically think in the same way. And in the same time, when you repeatedly feel the same emotion and feeling, you condition your body in the past. So your personality will be your personal reality. You will get addicted to that feeling. It will be the state of your being. If you want to change your state of being, you have to change the way that you are thinking. Whenever you want to make a choice, ask yourself 2 questions. What is the consequence of this choice? Does it bring happiness for me and people around me? If it's yes, do it. It calls spontaneous right action. It will bring happiness for you and people around you. Okay guys, thank you to listening to me. If you like it, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and that bell over there, I don't know where. See you in another video.